Haider, am I audible? Hi, Haider.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening.
Yes, Swapnil. Yes, you are audible. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Just start in a few minutes. I think we had a session. Okay, the students are joining in. So, good evening, students. People who have joined in. Students who have joined. Okay, I see Bhumika. Okay, so all right. So just confirm on the chat. Okay. So I see Bhumika, Manisha, Akash, Sanika. Just confirm on chat. Okay, you guys can hear me properly and also see the PPT that I'm presenting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, perfect. All right, all right, all right. Okay, perfect. So this is today. Today we have a development. Okay, that has happened from the CAT exam perspective. Okay, wherein the answer key. Okay, which is the responses. Okay, the response sheet is out, and a lot of students. Okay, have checked it, and they get a very clear picture of where they might be landing up. Okay, when they finally get the results. Okay, which is the percentile of CAT. Okay, which is in the first week of Jan. Okay, so that creates a lot of times. Okay, most of the students have this thing that okay, you need to work on other options as well. Now we have already had we had taken one session. Okay, in the early part of December. Okay, where we discussed about other exams. Okay, and how to choose the exam and do those things. Okay, which is majorly after CAT. What options do we have? Now, this session particularly that we have kept, okay, is about two main exams, which is ZAT and CMAT. Okay, what we see is a lot of students, okay, they don't, they focus towards CAT and MAT, SNAP, okay, those kind of exams. ZAT or CMAT, a lot of people don't understand the importance of it, okay, and the options are rather, I would say, is the different opportunities that you guys can have using this exam through this exam, which is ZAT and CMAT. And in fact, the best part of these thing is that the test takers are less, and compared to the test takers, if you take a ratio of the test takers and the seats which are there through these exams, these are the two exams which has got the highest, okay, takers to seats ratio. Okay, so that means your chances of getting into your dream list of colleges, okay, is much higher if you go through a ZAT or CMAT compared to all the other exam, which is let's say a SNAP, okay, or a NMAT, okay, those kind of things. So that's why we thought that the best to guide you here, okay, would be someone, okay, who comes from the academic side, from the college side. Okay, so we have Mr. Swapnil Boite here, who's a faculty and the deputy general manager of Wellinger Institute. And he is obviously, he has spent, like say, I know, around more than 15 years in the education segment. Okay, quite some time he is associated with Wellinger, where he has guided every year. There are approximately close to 15 16,000 applications that Wellinger receives. So he knows about different exams, okay, and which exam has gives that value wherein you can take advantage of giving those exams and getting into your dream list. Okay, those kind of details. I think Swapnil sir is the best here. So Swapnil sir, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Can you hear me? Yeah.
yes, yes, very much clear. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, one question that we I think we spoke a bit of that, okay, in the initial part, okay, what after CAT discussion. But when we particularly talk about ZAT and CMAT, okay, so there's one analysis that I just shared with you. Okay, I thought that I should share it with students as well. Okay, so I think, okay, this is a sheet. Okay, guys. Okay, we have done some analysis with regards to different colleges and all that exams. Okay, and I've highlighted certain things here. So, sir, specifically to Wellinger, if I also talk about, okay, not just Wellinger, okay, other colleges also that we see, what is the value that you see with regards to that exam particularly?
Yeah. So good evening, students. So primarily ZAT, if you look at the registered test takers, it's predominantly for a last decade, it's around 75,000,
Yeah.
75 to 80,000. And the actual test takers are around 70,000, predominantly for last one decade. I'm not just talking for 1 or 2 years. It's a data probably for a decade. Okay. What students clearly miss, okay, for uh, when they take exams, they don't know which exams to give and what are their chances. Most importantly, they have to calculate their chances. So as Haider rightly pointed out, we must also know after taking the test what are my chances of getting into a particular college. Okay. So particularly that, if you look at, let me take an example like KJ Somaya, which is a brilliant institute located in Vidya Vihar in Bombay. Okay. Can you just guess the kind of percentile cutoff for PGDM, which is now an MBA program of KJ Somya, till last year was? This year we don't know as of today what is the cutoff, but till last year the cutoff was 72 percentile. Can you beat that, Heather? 72 percentile. You can cross check that with the college website as well as the other sites which they mentioned. Okay, so that was the cutoff. Okay, the same college, if you had to get through CET, let's suppose they have stopped taking CET, but let's suppose you have to get the same college through CET, you must score not less than 99.65 percentile in Maharashtra CET. So that clearly tells you, see, ultimately your your goal is to get the best college. Either you get through ZAT, either you get through CET, it's completely up to you. Okay. But that spice up a very important intelligent question in all our minds, that is that really the toughest exam? It may be the toughest of exam, but all these exams are relative exam. So what student misses the big point is, in a relative exam, it doesn't matter if the exam is tough or not. What matters is how are others performing. So if that is tough and if people are not giving that, hey, that is where you need to target. Okay. So KJ Somya clearly tells you that the same college, if you're getting at 72 percentile, either you can help me, okay, because lately I have not followed the cutoffs. So let's say 75 questions. I guess if I'm right, if I predict, if you get 16 to 17 correct out of 75, you're closer to 75 percentile.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so imagine a situation where the same college, out of 75 questions, you are if you're I mean getting 16 to 17 correct, you're going to get a call from KJ Somya for sure. The same college, if it was in, let's say, CET cap round, you need to get minimum 145 marks out of 200. So imagine the kind of I mean, even though that's an easy exam which you all think CET, but you have to get 99.65 percentile at the end of the. Let's look at, let's say, Wellinger also, because it's part of a cap round.
Mm.
So that will make more things clear. So Wellinger cutoff predominantly is 99.50 in cap rounds. The same college, the same particular college, through ZAT, you can get at 75 percentile cutoff. It means if you get a 75% in that, you'll get a call for GDPI. Okay. So this is a big difference which student misses. Ultimately, if you're aiming for KJ, if you're aiming for Welling, or in any of the colleges, bigger than that, let's say Tapmi or a gym, okay, the cutoffs are relatively around 80, 85 percentile. And even though the simplest of exams, let's say CET, Maharashtra CET, that doesn't become the simplest exam, because the conversion ratio, if you see,
Yeah.
as if you can see the slide, it's 0.11. I mean, there are only 100 seats for open and there are reservations there. So that's actually the toughest of exams in the entire country. So getting into a Bajaj is more tougher than getting into IIM Ahmedabad, so which people will not tell you at all, but the statistics clearly prove that. So my earnest request, okay, through Haider, is all the students who probably have done okay in CAT should tighten up their seats and really give it a big shot, because they're close to, let's say, around 25-26 days still left to really do a good mark in ZAT. And if people have not registered for ZAT, I would love people to register for that and take this last opportunity, because XRI also the biggest bet will be XRI two campuses, because there is a Delhi campus as well. So I'm betting that that campus will have a little lower cutoff. Let's say XLRI Jamshedpur will be, let's say, around 98, 99, 98.5, I think. So if you look at Delhi, it will be 1 percentile lesser, let's say 97. So imagine a 97 percentile in ZAT, you are getting into XLRI, which is the best of the best of the institutes in the country, and getting a 97 in CET, you may land up. I don't know to name colleges, but you will land up in top 10 colleges, which are not even worth mentioning. Okay, and they are not up to the mark. I mean, there are only hardly one or two colleges in CET left, which is Bajaj and Sydenham, and to some extent Wellinger. But I will not count Wellinger, because the I mean, MMS will be a secondary fiddle to PGDM. So the only two worthwhile colleges to target in CET are only Bajaj and Sydenham. And for Bajaj and Sydenham, you have to get 99 point minimum 8 and above. So Bajaj cutoff will be 99.93 and Sydenham will be 99.81. So hey, I mean, 4 months down the line, if you're banking on only CET, you'll be in spot of trouble. So that is my earnest request to first target ZAT and then probably look at CMAT, which will come later. But at present, definitely to my mind, ZAT is one of the simplest exams which we have, because the conversion ratio is really, really high, close to CMAT. Over to you, if you have questions.
Yeah. So one
Okay,
thing,
yeah.
okay, one thing, a lot of students, the first reaction for that is very difficult. Okay, so we'll not give that. हमसे cat नहीं हो पाया, that कहाँ से होगा? That's the
Yeah, yeah.
first reaction. Okay, that students have. Uh,
Okay.
Now taking that into consideration, okay, there's a very good analysis. Okay, that you also mentioned here, that let's say you're taking example of KJ Somaya. Now KJ Somaya through that, okay, they are taking at the cutoff of 72 percentile, okay, that you said, okay, that's actually there on the website, okay, which is quite a surprising fact, and I think that should motivate a lot of students to think of that as a exam. But college like KJ Somaya, when it takes students for the list of GDPI, there through that, okay, 72, through CAT, okay, I think that's 89 percentile there. Through CMAT, it is 98.5. Okay, now my question to you, sir, is from the college perspective. Okay, I think you can better answer it here.
Correct, correct.
That when a college is deciding on a cutoff with respect to different colleges,
Mhm.
different exams. Okay, so, why do they give this that is less? Okay, CMAT is going to be very high. On what basis? Because end of the day, everyone is has given that Conch Logic Verbal TI. Okay, and then they are going for a common course, which is the PGDM or the MBA program offered by the college. So, why is this difference in the cutoffs?
Yeah, so I'll tell you the logic behind this. Okay, so as an institute, I can tell you about Wellington per se, but I'm not sure what others do. But I think I can safely assume that all of them will follow this strategy.
Yeah.
So what we generally do is we need to have a good talent pool. Okay, so talent pool means that a particular cutoff is to be set for various exams depending on their difficulty levels. Okay, so CAT is difficult, of course, but sometimes that becomes more tougher. Okay, point number one. Point number two, also, if you look at geography, okay, majority of the people who give that are from Eastern India. So with respect to diversity also, people will want to have all India representation in any B school.
Perfect.
So that is one more perspective. Okay, where you want people from, let's say, east, let's say Calcutta, let's say Jharkhand, let's say northeast, okay, let's say Orissa, to also try and apply to you, because many of them may not give CAT and give only ZAT. Okay, and maybe state level exams. So that is one of the lenses through that. Third most important thing is, many people, especially in western part, okay, western part don't I mean, they don't give they give ZAT, but the numbers are not too high. So you will want other part, let's say eastern India, to give ZAT and come. Okay, so these are three main pointers why people will want to take ZAT. One, two, why there is a lower cutoff for ZAT, because number of people who take ZAT are lesser than obviously CAT. So you lower the cutoff so that you can accommodate more talent. So that is, and anyway, if you don't like the talent, you always can, you can show the door to that person.
Okay.
Okay, you can always show the door. So while lowering the cutoff, what you're being trying to do is trying to accommodate more talent in this kind of exams. So that is primarily because the difficulty level is slightly notch higher. Okay, that is one, and you want representation from eastern part.
Hmm.
Okay, this is what my ideology is. I'm not sure whether this applies to all B schools,
Mhm.
but predominantly I am safely assuming that this is what the thinking pattern is.
Okay, okay, okay. And I think that that gives students also the opportunity to showcase their talent in the GDPI phase, because different colleges obviously have got different weightages to the exams and the
Yeah, yeah,
file and other things. Okay, the GD and the PI part and all that.
correct,
So,
correct,
so I think even if someone, for example, particularly for that, okay, if someone is attempting less number of questions, okay, like a
correct,
very less number of questions, because I think that filtering part becomes easy in that, because the number of tougher questions is much more than the easier questions. So if you
correct.
take those
Absolutely.
4 or 5 very easy level questions, okay, that itself will make you reach to us close to 75 percentile, and then the
Brilliant,
students get the
brilliant.
opportunity to showcase their talent in the other weightages that the colleges give. So
Yeah,
typically, sir, what is the weightage to the exam and the other
yeah, yeah.
components?
I was expecting this. I was coming to this.
Yeah.
So according to the AICT rules, AICT already has laid down norms.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you what they tell you is clearly that you can actually accept 30 to 35%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for entrance exams. Okay,
Okay.
remaining 65% you decide. Okay, so I'll also tell you typically what the college does is 35% will be entrance exam. Okay, 65 to 70% will be based on these criteria. So what is the first criteria? Your academic performance. So let's put it at 5%. Okay, your work experience, let's put that at also at 5%.
Okay.
Your let's say your gender diversity and extracurricular activities, all put that together, let's say 2 to 3%.
Okay.
Okay, predominantly GDPI will form the major bulk. Okay, so
Okay.
that ranges between 45 to 55%.
Okay.
So that is why the GDPI becomes the after exams, of course,
Yeah.
the most important thing, and in some cases even the most important thing, according to me, because if you score a, let's say 75% in that,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can convert a KJ Somaya, that will the best thing on earth. Okay, because
Yeah.
at 75 percentile you are not going to get any college. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
right now here is a chance. Let's say even if you get let's say 80 85, so you are opening the doors, knocking the doors of Tapmi and Exai and Bhubaneswar. Okay, to some extent I am at Delhi maybe at 85. I we need to cross check that, but I'm sure it is going to be 85. So
Yes.
all these Nirma, Loyola, IFMR, Forte, four school, these are all brilliant institutes.
Mm.
So at 80 85 percentile you're going to get all these brilliant institutes,
Mm.
and I see no chance, I mean, in the mind of students, okay, why they should not attempt a easy exam like that.
Mm.
It is actually an easy exam, because see what happens is, as Haider has rightly said, that you need to choose easier questions and try and get 15 to 20 marks. That's the ballpoint, and that's out of 75, getting a 16 17 correct, I think that's the easiest thing which you can aim for. And once you start looking at it that way, it will be really good, because once you get the cutoff right, that's the talent pool which we have, then you need to really perform in GDPI.
Yes.
I hope I have answered that.
Yes, yes, yes. Because that a lot of people at this point of time are also not aware of the weightages the colleges give to the other sections, okay, the other components of selection. So I think that is something that students should realize at this point of time. Because I, especially after CAT, okay, which is the December, Jan, okay, this phase becomes very crucial for with respect to the college selection part, okay, the college application part, because once these deadlines are gone, once these exams are gone, then you will hardly be left with anything after Jan. So this is the time, students, where you should precisely work in. That's why this specific analysis that we've given you with
Mhm.
regards to all the exams, okay, showing you. In fact, that is what you see here. Okay, there's only two exams which has got a selection ratio that we have. Okay, is more than 3.5, which is only ZAT and CMAT. Okay, CET being the lowest, okay, and other exams are somewhere in the range of 2.5 to 3, 2.3. Okay, that's why that is definitely a much higher scope, okay, of doing that. In fact, no sir, last year one of our students, I know, he got a call from XLRI Jamshedpur at 96.78 percentile, okay, though he was not able to convert that, but he had a call, okay, and he very easily converted XIMB at that percentile of 96 in that. So and I understand that if that is was the case last year when Delhi campus was not there, okay, now that Delhi campus is there, that means another, let's say, a 15 150 or 200 seats more will be added, okay.
Yeah, 120 to be precise. I have
120,
seen that.
okay, yeah.
120.
So 120, that means usually they call at least 3 to 4 times of the number of students for the interview process.
Correct, correct, right.
So that's overall around close to no, you have like close to 500 students more are going to have that calls, okay, from XLRI itself. So definitely
Right.
that if that number increases, the number for other colleges, okay, will further trickle down. So I think that is a good opportunity there. Okay, there's some questions coming in. Okay, so that okay, through that you guys cannot get into JBIMS. That is not the case. Okay, so XLRI and all these lists that I've given you, XIMB, TAPME, okay, GIEM, okay, KJ Sumaya. This is the list for that. Okay, JBIMS is through CET majorly. Through CMAT also they have some of the seats which is through all India seats. Okay, so there's hardly like 4 or 5 of those seats. Okay, through CMAT. Which is only goes to the national level toppers, okay, rank 1, rank 5, okay, those kind of things. So that is about JBIMS. Okay, that considers so that is the exam, and after that it is up to the colleges that you are applying. Okay, so
Correct.
XLRI and all the other colleges, okay, will definitely give weightages to acads. Okay, as Swapnil sir rightly mentioned here. Okay, be it any of the colleges here, they are definitely going to give importance to those academics, and all, not just academics, but academics is always going to be a very small portion. So see, academic is something that is done, okay, and you cannot do much of that. Okay, that is already, like, say, whatever your 10 12 is there, it's done. So you have those 5% weightage only there, but the major portion of close to 40%, okay, which is going to be GDPI, which is still in your hand. Okay, please understand, GDPI is as good as your college exam, no, the exam part. So clear the exam, okay, clear just the cutoff. Okay, once the cutoff is clear, okay, then you are in the pool where you have to just showcase your talent for the GDPI part. So I think that is overall the good way of understanding the importance of these exams, okay, that you should be giving. All right, so anything on CMAT, sir, particularly, Swapnil sir?
Yeah, yeah. CMAT. So once we one major point which many takers don't know,
Mhm.
what is the eligibility for that? Any idea? Can the people who are attending this just message in the message box? What is the eligibility for that? How much percent you must have in graduation to be eligible for that? Just type in that chat box, or
Usually
maybe you are trying to Google it and
for
find out.
that and other exam, it is 50%, okay, and all of that. Usually,
So that is the only exam in the country
uh-huh.
which accepts pass class as well. Okay.
Okay, okay,
I mean, if you have 35%, they don't mention it,
okay,
but that's the only exam in our country which also accepts even if you have 35%. So you can give that when you have 35%.
yeah,
Obviously, but when you apply to colleges, they have another criteria.
yes,
So to apply to that, you can be pass class and still apply to that.
yeah,
So technically, what they are trying to say is you may get an XLRI call even if you have a poor ACADS.
yes, yes,
Okay,
exactly,
which
exactly,
many people miss the point.
yes, yes,
Okay, let's come to CMAT. So what is the magic of CMAT? So once the ZAT is over, okay, and when you look at CMAT, there are three good colleges which you can target: Jim, KJ, Wellinger, and they are also obviously BIMTech and so on and so forth, IFMR, Loyola, and all. Okay, but if you compare to CAT and ZAT, if I have a rating scale, let's say 1 to 10, okay, and let's say if I rate CAT and ZAT at 8 and 9, okay, CMAT will be somewhere around 4 or 5.
mm-hmm.
Correct me either if I'm wrong. Okay,
Yes,
CMAT will be
yes,
not that tough at all. Okay,
very,
and also it also gives you time. If you look at the paper pattern, okay, there are 100 questions. Okay, so 25 each in every section, and one of the section is GK. GK 25 questions you may solve in 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, because it's either you know it or you don't. So technically you have 75 questions and you have around 170-75 minutes to solve. So it is one of the simplest exam in the country. Okay, and obviously there's a negative marking here. So negative marking, why people hate and why I love is because uh, negative marking is very important, because to ensure that the element of luck becomes zero. Okay, but that is very crucial for me, because I don't want a exam to be bias. In that sense, that day somebody was lucky and he got 1 or 2 marks extra, and he got into a college. So if you have a negative exam,
Hmm.
you ensure that there is no biasness in the exam.
Hmm.
So you perform and you get your marks. Generally, I believe that exam should be negative marking. That's my way of looking at an exam. Okay, I stand in firmly on that, because that reduces the element of guesswork. Point number one, and that exams also becomes fair to everyone, because negative marking means not is for only one student, right? Everybody who gives the exam, it is going to be that way. And why CMAT becomes suddenly the best of the exams? If you see the ratio, which Haider has really calculated for me, thanks for doing that. So if you look at the ratio, is the highest in whatever exams we have mentioned: CAT, ZAT, NMAT, SNAP, CMAT, and CET. So if you look at CMAT, the number of seats available for you are the highest in the country. Okay, you look at gym, they are around 600 seats. You look at KJ, they are around 580, 510 seats. You look at Wellinger, they are around 800 seats. Bombay and Bangalore put together. So there's a lot of seats to offer. And mind you, these are all open seats. There is no reservations in this. Okay, so anyone who gets the cutoff correct. So with respect to KG Soma, it is, let's say, 97.5 or 98, depending on every year. 98 will be a safe bet, according to me. 98, 99, 98, 98.5, sorry. Jim maybe around 95. Okay, 90 to 95. Wellinger is around 80. So between 80 to 95, you have these great colleges. And you can look at it this way, like, see, ultimately when you give an exam, ultimately what you want a college, right? So you need to see the conversion ratio as well. Many people miss that. Okay, so if you look at that, that's the best conversion ratio you have, and it is one of the simplest exams also. Over to you, Haider.
Yes, yes. So, in fact, for CMAT, as you mentioned rightly about the time factor, that's why we see that students in quant section or logical reasoning section, they almost get all the questions right. Okay, because you don't have sectional timing. That is also not a case where you are bound to spend a particular time, okay, in a particular section. So you have all the time to switch, okay, and because you know that for verbal, okay, you will not have that good an accuracy, okay, but that is not the case with quants and logic. So the smartest of the students, okay, that I see who clear the cutoff for KJ Sumaya, Wellinger, GIM type, okay, they are the ones who will get like 24 out of 25. Okay, in fact, 25 or 25 also in these two sections. Okay, because verbal you might go a little lower. Okay, let's say 20, 22 questions, right? You go there. GK is the major area where the pointer difference comes. Okay, so if you have done your daily basis current affairs also pretty much okay if, for the past 12 months, that is also going to help you clear at least close to 10 to 12 questions there. And if you clear 10 to 12 questions, okay, you are very much okay at a score of more than or close to 300 or more than 300. And once you have crossed 300, okay, out of 400, you have definitely cleared the cutoff for KJ Somaya, okay, Wellinger, GIM, and all of that. So I think that definitely now shows you the benefit of how of why ZAT and CMAT are the two exams that you should definitely consider. Okay, Vidhi, your question of when CMAT is this year. So CMAT happens, I mean, towards the end of Jan, but this year I think this is getting delayed. So, Swapnil sir, any update on that? Because there's no much update that we have.
So according to my estimate, is going to be first Sunday of February,
Yeah.
but we need to just cross check. Okay,
Yeah,
don't.
because I've seen on the portal, okay, there's not much official update. I think they might
Yeah.
be putting it in the month of Feb only. Okay.
Mhm.
Because Jan, as such, we have Snap going on, sorry, NMAT going on. We have IFT, which is moved to Jan. So this cycle has been delayed by a month or so. So I think that might affect CMAT as well. All right. And TIS also accept the same. TIS does not accept CMAT. Okay. TIS is through their own exam, which is TISNet. All right. So that's about this thing. So any more questions, students, that you guys have with regards to CMAT, okay, or the colleges through CMAT or ZAT for that matter? You can ask us right away. Okay, and I think we till now, if we look at the other parameters with regards to, yeah, I think we have.
So let me talk about Snap and Nmat as well.
Okay, okay.
Either you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there. I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So we have listed Nmat and Snap as well. So let me explain you. See, what happens is, see, if you see the entire journey of a student, na, they start giving all exams, okay, without realizing ki what is the aim, ultimate objective. Okay, the ultimate objective is to get into a college.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you work backwards, how do you work backwards? Let's take the best institutes in the country: IIMs, SP Jain, FMS, MDI Gurgaon, okay, IITs, Delhi, Bombay, okay. So if I circle them, okay, these are through CAT, okay, these are aspirational, okay. I have to look inwards as well. I have to look inwards as well. I have to look inwards as well. Will I really be able to crack those kind of colleges? Okay. If the answer is yes, you go ahead and crack it. Then look at the second rung of colleges. Symbiosis, NMIMS, TAPMI, GYM, all this. Okay. So you can really work hard for it. Okay. So one of, I mean, the two of the good colleges are NMAT and SNAP, NMIMS and Symbiosis list of colleges. So, but some students, okay, who are aspirants don't realize that NMAT and SNAP colleges are also very costly. So typically the fees ranges between 20 to 25 lakhs. So if you cannot afford that kind of fees, hey, you should not give those exams clearly. Okay, so you need to also ask yourself that forget about cracking the exam. Even if I crack, I may not be able to afford that kind of fees. Or one is the affordability part, and the second is I don't want to invest that kind of money also. I mean, the second part is also that I don't want to invest a 20-25 lakh in a college like NMIMS or in any of the top 3-4 symbiosis colleges. So if you're not of that opinion, so why you are giving those exams anyway? Okay, so that's point number two. Point number three, if you look at ultimate goal, let's say, see what happens when you start giving exams, you think that you will get into IIMS for sure. Okay, that should be the frame of mind. But once you start getting the results out, like today is the answer key out of SCAT, you know that boss, maybe this is not my cup of tea. I have to look at other alternatives. So that is why this workshop which Haider has done online webinar is most crucial, because you have to look at other options and not be headless chicken in the month of March, April when all exams are exhausted. So right now is the time to look and focus at other exams. So if not CAT is gone with the wind. What is the next quick exam? ZAT, definitely very important exam. If not ZAT, then obviously there is a last exam. I think you should really bank on is CMAT and not CET, because CET is very unpredictable. Every year it is going to be unpredictable, and this year too they have crossed the unpredictable part, because right now the admissions of last year are going on and they will continue to 15th of January.
Yes.
So even if you got a, let's say, 99.98, and if you got a Bajaj, still you had to wait for the entire year to get a seat. So that's criminal, I think, and it's a suicidal strategy to wait till CET. So I am going to advise students to try and freeze this till CMAT, because January, Feb, and we don't know whether they are going to conduct the CET also in March, April. So
Yeah.
don't try and wait to the last exam. Try and finish it off all your, I mean, the kind of college you want to by CMAT level, I think.
Yes, yes. In fact, on that note, today one of my students from the last year batch, okay, he has cracked a percentile where he's expecting JBIMS. Okay, so now he asked me, sir, what should I do? Should I prepare for next year exam CET? If this CET that I've given, that is null and void, the admission only doesn't happen, this batch is not made. Okay, then what do I do? Okay,
So,
that kind of questions have started coming up. Okay, that is the level of uncertainty of.
see,
So
this is very unfortunate. Okay, we can say whatever we want to, but the student has worked really hard and got that kind of percentile. So I will definitely advise him to take the admission, and because there'll be a kind of regret because he has already converted. Okay,
Yeah.
so regarding Bajaj, so definitely anytime if you get a Bajaj, you should take it. But if you go lower colleges, I think you need to think twice. Okay, lower than Wellinger, maybe you need to think twice because KG is out of cap rounds. Even Dalme is out of cap rounds. Maybe till SIS also you may want to do that gamble. But frankly speaking, see, this year they will not get summers. Okay, January onwards their classes will start. Okay,
Yeah.
I cannot foresee them getting summers at all.
Yes.
Okay, that's point number one.
Mm.
Forget about getting summers. They'll not be able to get full classes also actually.
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay, that's point number two. So if you are looking at a degree only, so probably you might want to join this year. So all those who are getting Bajaj, Sidnam and all, they definitely have to join. Okay, rest who are, let's say, lower colleges na, they have to think two things: are they joining for degree or are they joining for placement? So if they're joining for degree, definitely this year itself, because they'll be saving a year. That I'm very clear in that. But if they're joining for placements, I don't think this is a good time to join this year.
Mm. Perfect. Perfect. So one more thing with regards to Wellinger, if I have to ask, okay, so what I have heard, okay, from different sources is that almost close to 15,000 people apply, okay, to Wellinger, and obviously the seats that we just discussed is around 800 taking both Mumbai and Bangalore campus together. So is that the real picture in with regards to the selection? How is it for Wellinger?
So for the best of the courses, it is going to be 14 to 15,000. So even last year we had around 14,800 applications. So every year they are around that much, like 14 to 15 fluctuates,
Okay.
not much of a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, every year it is these similar figures,
Okay.
500 here there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and out of that you need to be in top 800.
Okay.
So it is going to be 1:12 ratio.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. I think and we know that where you have you stand a chance for getting into these colleges. Okay, with these kind of cutoff that we just mentioned. Okay, of a 72 percentile or 70 plus percentile in that. Okay, and those kind of things. So that means if the selection ratio is still 1:12, okay, colleges like Wellinger or KJ I think might also have the same thing. That means you guys have to really do a lot, okay, for your GDPI prep, okay, and those kind of things. So definitely, so there's a question: we school also move out of CET completely by scrapping MMS? Yeah, yeah, we will come to that. Okay, before that, I just want to answer this question. That guys, for these colleges, okay, KJ Sumaya, GIM, Wellinger, okay, all these colleges, you have to work a lot to convert the college. Okay, once yes, you stand a chance to get a call. Okay, by giving that and clearing 70 percentile. Okay, or a 80 or a 90 percentile in CMAT, you definitely stand a chance to get into the college, convert the college also. But look at the ratio. Okay, we'll have to work hard. Okay, which is 1:12. Okay, it's not that it's a cakewalk ki humne bas exam diya aur ho gaya types. Okay, there's a lot to be done. So yes, okay. So for example, there's a question from Vidhi also asking about ISME as a college. Okay, so Vidhi, I would say that definitely at this point of time, the list of colleges that we have shared here should be your first list here. Okay, if you convert any of them, well and good. If not, okay, then yes, okay, ISME can be a good option because of the less number of seats that they have. Because other colleges like say IPS or ITM, okay, Navi Mumbai, the number of students over there is quite high. So placement becomes a challenge. So when you move out of the list that I've shared here, then the main criteria should be the number of students the number of seats who are there, which are there in the college. Okay, so that the placement becomes easier. So I think ISME offers only close to around, I mean, I don't know the exact number, but the number is quite less than the other colleges. Okay, so that would be that would stand as a better chance. Okay, yes, if that is 60, okay, Vidhi, thanks for putting that number. That is 60. That means definitely your chances of getting a placement would be a better. But first, your target should be the list that is shared here. Okay, try to get into these colleges. Okay, put in your hard work for it. If not, okay, then you can definitely ISME is going to be a good option for you there. Swapnil sir, one question I think that you can answer better here, okay, which Bakshi has asked, that can Wellinger move out of CET by scrapping MMS? Is that a
Okay.
scope?
there is a possibility, but not a surety. So we need to. I'll take it as a larger question. Why do you think that there are good institutes moving out of CET? Okay, you look at SP Jain. So that's the first institute which moved out of CET and started PGDM way back. I think 17, 18 years back. Okay, so they started doing that. Second institute which did this was NMIMS. They became the deemed university. They moved out of cap rounds. They moved out of CET. They also became deemed, and now you just see where the institute is. Third, recently, KJ Somaya moved out of CET, scrapped MMS. They became deemed, and hopefully they will continue the good run. Also, many were surprised to see even Dalmia moved scraps MMS and have only PGDM this year. So I'm not saying anything bad against MMS, but the problem with MMS is there's a lot of uncertainty. So whenever there is uncertainty, it is not liked by anyone, nor by the students, nor by the colleges. Okay, thanks to the authority. So generally, there is a lot of uncertainty with respect to Maharashtra CET. Okay, and definitely with respect to MS. Imagine that last year student who has got 99.98 and who's dreaming of Bajaj, he's going to be now probably looking at Bajaj in January 2021. So it's very unfortunate for these kids. Okay, so definitely maybe going forward, okay, Wellinger also will uh, looking at options wherein they can do it with MMS and look at PGDM only. So there is a possibility, but not a surety.
Okay. So, and regarding the profile-based course of Wellinger, when do we expect that?
So, so the last date generally is around 26th of January every year. Last date of form filling. Okay. So after that, maybe around 10 days we take. So maybe second week of February.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So I think students, okay, on that note, you guys should keep on following our sessions here. Okay, we're going to definitely have more sessions with regards to the profile-based course and the details of it. Okay, so you would get that update, okay, coming up from our side. So keep following us. And I think we have pretty much covered everything with regards to the exams, okay, and the way you should focus on exam like a ZAT or a CMAT, okay, and the weightages with regards to the final selection of a college. Okay, so I think that quite a lot helps you guys in terms of further planning your preparation in the remaining days of December and Jan. So I think that's all. Swapnil sir, any closing note from your side?
I'll unmute. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to answer questions if students have, because closing note is definitely that next big exam to target. I think the easiest exam to target is that. To my mind, that is the simplest exam. Okay,
Mhm.
not just because not just because to 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 put the anything, any other exams down. Okay,
Mhm.
but purely by numbers, if you look at quantity, because see, something which is easy for either may not be easy for me, it may not be easy for Manisha, may not be easy for Ruchi or Abhishek or whatever, or maybe Mr. Bakshi. Okay, but when you look at quant, okay, when you look at takers to seat ratio, okay, ZAT and CMAT are the simplest of exams in the country, because even if the exam is simple, it doesn't matter, because CET is actually the simplest of exam, but it doesn't matter because there are no many seats. Okay, so Bajaj has only what 40 odd seats for open category. So you have to get at 99.93. What if you get 99 percentile? Are you a bad candidate? No, you're not a bad candidate. Okay, so the problem is in CET the stakes are very high. It's a very punishing exam. Okay, so you have to look at other exams which are okay with you not scoring that high, 1 or 2 marks here there, you are still getting a chance. So let's say CET 1 or 2 marks less. If you're getting a Bajaj, you may land up in Wellinger, but the gap between Wellinger and Bajaj is huge, because Bajaj is the best college in Maharashtra, or probably one of the top 10 in the country, but Wellinger is in top 10 in the maybe top 50, 60, 70. So that's a huge gap. Okay, just for 1 or 2 marks, you are probably would have landed in the best college of the Maharashtra state. Now you're landing in let's say a top 60th, 70th college in the country. So stakes are very high in CET, and the problem with CET is the last exam, which is there in March. Okay, so that becomes a very risky proposition for me actually. If I was a student, that becomes a very risky. So I will like myself not to play with risk. So definitely, I will want to seal it by really scoring decent in ZAT and CMAT. So that's my final word.
Perfect, perfect. In fact, okay, just to answer the last question, so Vidhi has asked some more questions on ISME percentile maximum placement. So the placement, the maximum placement somewhere around 9 lakhs. Okay, the average I know is somewhere around 7. Okay, that ISME offers, and the percentile for CMAT is pretty much the same. Okay, around 80 and above. Okay, you should get a call from ISME, Vidhi. All right, so I think that's all. Okay, thanks everyone for joining, and thanks, Swapnil sir. There's a lot of information that you actually shared with students and highlighted some of the very crucial points with regards to their further planning of exams, college selections, and all that. So I hope that helps all of you who are there. Okay, and we would definitely want Swapnil sir in further more sessions. Okay, when you can guide students overall with regards to all the different exams. Okay, with your 10-15 years of experience in the education sector.
Thanks for inviting me, Haider, and all the best to all of you.
Okay, thank you, people. Thank you. All the best. Bye bye.